I'm Lieutenant Governor Karyn Polito. I'm very happy to be here with our mayor and the representatives to talk about how we can strengthen the partnership between our state government and our local government. And as you may be aware, Governor Baker's very first executive order was relative to creating the community compacts and elevating the relationship between our cities and towns and state government to our cabinet level, and making our cabinet secretaries available to the municipal leaders in order to strengthen this relationship. We campaigned on the message of making Massachusetts great everywhere, and we mean it. And the governor has asked me to be that lead person, to be that direct contact to our municipal leaders so that we can all bring our A game to the table and better serve our constituents across our state. I'm here in Marlborough today because this is a city that is very well managed, has very good practices that it uses every single day to really stretch the taxpayers' dollars and deliver quality service. And we wanted to highlight and spotlight the public and private partnerships that you employ to build your economy here and to really, do an excellent job. And you should expect that the state does an excellent job for you as well. And so when it comes to things like unfunded mandates and compliance requests and regulation that make it harder for you to do business, the state can improve that and be a better partner. And through this mutual understanding, through these agreements, the compacts that we hope to be able to sign with Marlborough, we'll be able to elevate our game on both sides. And the state, when it invests dollars, we know that investment in Marlborough will be leveraged and well used to support not only the city, but the regional economy here in the Metro West area. What also was great about our meeting today is that, the state, through the executive branch, is represented through me, of course, municipal government and our mayor, but also our legislature. And the three areas working together is really what people want to see. The collaboration, the partnerships, putting disagreements aside and working on the things that we do agree on and what we can do together to strengthen the services that we deliver to our communities. So that's why I'm here today, and I just wanted to thank you for your input. I learned a lot from our conversation, and we just have to roll up our sleeves and get to work.
Could you please, Lieutenant Governor, give a few specifics about what the compact will do, concrete examples of what you hope to do first?
Yes, so basically the compact, about 80% of it will be the mutual understanding around best practices. And best practices range from, budgeting and forecasting, which is something the mayor accountant knows very well, planning for your future, having an economic development plan, and certainly the mayor understands the relationship public-private wise that has worked so well for Marlborough. Maybe there's a housing plan or technology or IT, something that the city may want to get to that just they haven't been able to get to. And through the compact, we can provide technical assistance, small grant funds to help cities and towns employ more best practices in order to achieve a well-managed community. On the other hand, there are specifics that the state can do better on. When it comes to unfunded mandates, we hear a lot of that, especially in our school districts. Regulations, particularly the issue we talked about today was the use of hotels and motel rooms for homeless individuals. We in state government feel there's a better way to help people that are trending toward homelessness and helping them stay in place and provide them the services they need rather than using hotels and motel rooms far away from where they have a meaningful attachment, and reversing that policy and improving on it. And just through those examples, you can see how we can better strengthen the relationship, the communication, the information exchange, and then for me to better understand the specific projects that Marlborough's working on, that if the state invests in, will help this community get to the next level. And overall, it's about safe neighborhoods, great schools everywhere, and jobs and opportunities for people to be able to climb that ladder and earn a better income for their family.
And if I just may follow up, I know that the governor released some monies last week to help for the roads. If you would just talk about that a little bit, I know that's something on all of our minds right now, with potholes coming here in my town, everywhere. If you would just talk about that and the timeline for that.
Lieutenant Governor hasn't handed me the check yet, but I'm expecting it before she leaves
Okay,
today.
excellent.
Well, you may also know that the very first thing Governor Baker did when he was sworn into office, the very first day, was to release the Chapter 90 funds. And that was a $100 million investment across our state. Those dollars here in Marlborough will go a long way toward improving roads and sidewalks and neighborhoods in this city. We also sent over to the legislature last week an additional amount of money for Chapter 90 funds for the next fiscal year, beginning July 1, for cities and towns to continue to maintain their roads. Beyond that, we all know how devastating the storms have been across the board, across the state, and that it's left damaged roads, potholes, guardrails, signs, lines on the roads have deteriorated. So we have established a winter recovery program, $30 million that is available immediately to all of our cities and towns in the Commonwealth, specifically for potholes and related damage from these storms. And we know that those dollars will be stretched and used by every city and town, including Marlborough, to get the roads to the condition that the people deserve.
I saw that listing. Mayor Vigent, do you have an estimate of how much damage has been done to the city? Has the DPW been able to assess that yet?
No, snow and ice alone, we're over $2 million in deficit for this year.
Mm-hmm.
We've had 6 to 7 crews out there for the last 2 weeks just doing potholes. The problem is it's really temporary fixes to get us through the spring. The materials they're using right now really aren't a permanent fix, so we need to get the permanent stuff done in the spring. But for right now, it's just really making them so they're safe for people to drive through. But the governor, the lieutenant governor, committed to $300 million in Chapter 90 money this year. That'll be a fantastic move to get our projects going. In addition, as the lieutenant governor said, that pothole money, we utilized it last time. We plan on capitalizing on it this time, again, to keep the cars moving in a safe way.
And relative to the winter storms, there is a program that we are actively pursuing with the federal government. President Obama has declared Massachusetts a disaster state, which will allow us to seek up to 75% reimbursement, not only for the state costs associated with the storms, but also to reimburse the cities and towns for the costs associated with the storms over the winter. And we're asking the federal government to consider all 4 storms as one event, because if you remember, it was hard for us to recover from the prior storm, and the accumulative effect really placed significant costs on our communities. So the 75% reimbursement would go a long way, and we're seeking that actively with our federal delegation.
Lieutenant Governor, you mentioned a lot of investments and projects. How will those help Marlborough and the community specifically?
Well, first of all, by signing the Community Compact, which we hope to continue that conversation around, it will place Marlborough in a more competitive position for the state grants that can be available to this community. And we feel that we want to utilize the state dollars and invest in communities that are managing their affairs responsibly. And just give an example toward the walkway around the lake that you talked about, that the private business community is interested in having that walking trail available. That's a community asset. That's the quality of life that the people here in the community want. And if we can help and work in partnership with the city to make that become a reality, then we would like to do so.
I'd like to take the opportunity to thank the Lieutenant Governor and the representatives for coming to Marlborough today and hearing some of our concerns. And thank you very much for taking the time to come today.